Hey guys, this is Karibo Corporation, new channel. This is my friend Gab, and he's doing the deck profile on Macro Rabbits. His hand is injured, so yeah, go ahead.
Alright, standard of Macro Rabbit, double rabbit with their targets, the 3 Sabrosauruses, and the 3 Cavazo. Just standard.
Yep.
Then we got 3 Guaibas. Since this is Macro Rabbits, 3 Guaibas is actually really good into going into instant Lagi or Doka, just because of its effect into adding another Jurak on the field is just really good.
Yeah, especially you only have 2 rabbits now, you will want to have 3 Guaiba for more options, right?
Yeah. Double Thunder King just to stop a lot of those decks out there. And it's just a 1900. It's good. And yeah.
Okay.
Then I run 1 Grand Mode in case I need to stall for now, because like I don't run too many monsters. So this is just an extra into adding. Then we have the Tour Guide engine. Double Tour Guide obviously with a Night Assailant. I would get a Tour Bus, but I don't have enough money. So Night Assailant is still good enough for the Tour Guide engine. So this brings back plays with Levier to bring back Rabbit, and it's just a lot of combos with Tour Guide.
Did you ever try the card called Gravity something? I forgot. It's level 3 also. Beam, I think.
No.
It's like when it attacks, everything goes to defense. I forgot. Or change power position. Oh. Should check that out.
And lastly, Spirit Reaper just for stalling. Then up to spells, we run 3 lands to get over those big monsters, because Lagi and Doka are not too much attack, and there are large monsters out there, and lands just gets over them. And lands is also good for Guaibas to get over stuff and into going into Lagi and Doka.
Okay.
Then we have Staples, Dark Hole, well, the Trinity, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn.
Right.
Obviously. I run Book of Moon because of Guaiba. In Book of Mooning, usually defense is lower than attack, and then if you use Guaiba, you could use his effect to just to go into Lagi and Doka, which is the main thing to do in this deck. Pot of Avarice, so you could bring back those Sabers and Kabuzos back into your deck, so you use Rabbit again.
How many monsters do you run?
I'm not sure, but
At least more than 20, right?
I don't think so.
Really? Yeah, okay, fine, keep going.
Double Mystical Space Typhoon, MST, whatever, to get rid of back row.
Alright. Pretty obvious.
So,
wait, do you think in the new meta, Mystic might be a little bit more less useful? No, not a lot of people run traps now.
I'm not sure, because I don't know, it's like, well, there are still decks out there that rely on their traps and spells.
Yep.
Including this deck, it uses a lot of traps.
Right.
So yeah.
It's also a good idea, because you might want to get rid of those annoying cards like Diamond Wrench. Actually, wait. Annoying cards like, was it Skill Drain? Yeah.
Also field spells.
Oh yeah, field spells. Right.
So up to the traps, Triple Fiendish is just really good. I'm not saying Veiler is bad, but I feel like Fiendish Chain is better than Veiler. That's just me, but yeah, Fiendish Chain. If other than that, I would run Veiler, but I like Fiendish Chain more.
Because they can't attack, right?
Yeah, and it's forever. Double Macro, where the name of the deck comes from, Macro Rabbits, stops like multiple decks. Like Macro is just really powerful, and
Why don't you run 3?
I actually side the 3rd one because, well, like sometimes Macro even ruins its own plays in this deck, because if you want to use Pot of Avarice with your Sabers and Kabuzos, sometimes you can't. So I find 2 better.
So why don't you side out Pot of Avarice?
Because you're gonna need to bring back your Sabers and Kabuzos back into the deck.
Oh, for rabbit plays, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
then we run the Solemn Duo, since Solemn Warning is limited to one. I run both. They're good. Stop decks basically.
Yep. Have you ever found Warning maybe a little bit like too much life, like you can't use it sometimes?
Yeah, but that's why actually Warning actually I feel good as one, but at the same time sometimes I feel like it should have stayed at two, but it's still good. It depends on what situation you're in and what deck you're facing.
Right.
And lastly, for the traps, we have basically stuff that get monsters off the field to stop it. Double Bottomless, double Mirror Force, double Torrential. So yeah, that's just to get monsters off the field. And Starlight Road. Since I run Stardust in this deck, Starlight Road plus it's a 25 beater. Starlight Road is just really good since this deck runs many traps.
Right.
This really protects them, and it's really good. And lastly, we have a Karibo because Karibo Corporation. We need this.
Yeah,
in every
that's our
deck.
staple.
Yeah, it's staple.
If we don't have this deck, our deck just sucks.
Yeah, every
So
deck
many
sucks
plays.
without Karibo.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go over some of the plays. Like they attack a Guaiba, like, no, at Karibo, you don't get to kill him. Like, actually, they still get.
Yeah, Lantern Karibo going to Lagia.
Yeah, exactly.
And now for the extra deck. Stardust because you run Starlight Road.
Right.
Double Lagia, double Doka, standard. I'm not really done with this extra deck, but
It's not complete yet?
It's complete. It's just that it's good enough for competitive. It's not good enough for a competitive duel.
Right.
But it's still good for if you want to have fun with the deck. So basically the Lagia Doka. Then we have a Utopia. Like it's kind of used for stalling to negate attacks, and plus it's a 2500. So also it's like really good if you want to if someone mirror forces you and you attack with Utopia, you could just negate his attack, and it just basically destroys mirror force. So Utopia is pretty good. The only thing bad about it, I barely go into it,
Right.
but I still use it in case. Photon Papillon Operative. This I feel like as if I should side at the same time, since I don't have a full extra deck. I just keep it in here in case for those, I don't know, burn decks and stuff like that. Cards that rely on set cards.
Right.
Then we have Gem Knight Pro just because it's a 26 beater. It's like just strong and just to get over those large monsters that you can't get over sometimes. So that's it for the level 4s, and then we have the level 3s. Wind Up Zen mains stall basically. Almost use every deck that uses Tour Guide. Almost Zen mains is always used in it. So yeah, Zen mains is pretty good.
Just in case, right?
Yeah.
Staple, basically.
Yeah, staple with Tour Guide. Levier staple in Macro Rabbits because once it brings back a lot of plays with Rabbit. You bring back Rabbit from the Banish to use his effect again, and then you go into Lagia Doka. So Levier brings a lot of plays. It's 1800, not that bad. If you have a Lagia Doka on the field or a Lance in your hand or a set, this card is actually pretty good. And into beating, it could even make OTKs with Levier and Lagia and Doka on field. So
Right.
Levier is really standard for this deck, and it's very useful.
Right.
And lastly, we have a Leviathan. Detach 2 for 3000. It's really good. Well, you can detach in one turn,
Two
but
turns.
in 2 turns, it's pretty good. Leviathan. It's just to get over those large monsters. That's pretty much what Leviathan does, and that's it. So that's the deck profile, guys. And remember to run Karibo in every deck. It's like
The
you
best.
just need it. It's
Alright.
the best card. So that was my Dino Rabbit. Macro Rabbit deck profile. Thanks guys for watching. This is Karibo Corporation, and peace out.
Bye. And run that Karibo.
Yeah, Karibo.
Too sexy, yo.
Yeah, Super Karibo only 2.